Well, hello, stamping friends. How are you guys doing? I hope you're all getting your preparations ready for Thanksgiving, whether you are hosting or maybe you just have to bring carrots and celery to wherever you're going. That would be awesome, right? Well, Wednesday's my showtime day in my kitchen, so I have one more day to play in my craft room, and that's why I want to bring to you my YouTube Live and just share with you some things that I'm working on and another project for you. So I hope you guys have a really awesome Thanksgiving. Thank you so much that you tune in to me, and I'm so grateful for those of you who place your orders and support my small business. It just keeps me going, and I'm always happy to share with you. All right, one more thing I want to chat about is this big sale that just started today. Do you know that things from the holiday mini catalog are up to 60% off now? It is time to clean out and make room for the new. So make sure you check the list of all the things on sale and grab them, because these items are while supplies last. And a lot of the things that I've shown on my videos are on sale now. So you can always go back and, make the things that you didn't have the products for, and it'll be a little bit easier for you. I will turn the camera around and we'll get started on today's project. Let me quick show you the products that I'm going to use today. We are going to be using the die set called Handcrafted Element Dies. And this set is actually going to be 10% off starting today. The normal price is $38. And with the 10% off, that will bring it down to $34.20. And then the other stamp set that I'm going to use, I'm not going to use this one because it was too big for the card I'm working on, but we are going to use the Joy and Peace from Night Divine. So that's the products we're using. Our card base is going to be Mossy Meadow, and this is a 5.5 by 8.5 inch piece of cardstock, and I just scored it in the middle on the long side at 4 1/4, and then just grab your bone folder and fold it in half and crease it nice and crisp here so it makes a nice edge. And then we're going to take our distressed gold paper. Now, a lot of people think this is in the holiday catalog, but this has actually been available all year round, and it's in the annual catalog. And I cut this to, let me grab my ruler quick. This is 3.5 by 4 3/4. And I am going to put it on the front of the card like this, and I'm going to put another piece of paper, or a cardstock I should say, on top of that. And this one is going to be just 1/4 inch smaller, so 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Now I want to show you this before I adhere everything together. When you do this, this paper is super valuable because you only get 2 sheets in a pack of paper for $5, and a lot of times it's just hard for me to cover up all of that, but yet I like having that edge around there. So many times what I'll do is I have some rectangle dies from a couple years ago, so I will just actually cut this out, and then I have another piece of this that I can use. Or if you have a large circle or just something that fills this, because you aren't going to see this part of it. So that's just a little trick or hack to save on some of your valuable paper like that. All right, so I am going to adhere these two together. And let me grab, I think we'll use Steel Plus here today. All right, and we'll go like this. And just center that. And then what I did was I took my Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine, and I cut out the little oval die that goes with this, and then the outside. Isn't the dark green and gold really pretty and elegant together? So we're going to assemble this, but there's one more little trick that we're going to do before we put it together. I want, rather than green on green like this, I want this part to set off a little bit more so you can see it. So I want to put some gold under here. So what I'm going to do is, you can either just adhere it with some removable tape, because I do want to, I don't know if I'm going to, no, I'm not going to pop that up. It gives a shadow. So I'm going to adhere these together. I'm going to use my liquid glue on this though, and then I'm going to trim this around, because if you die cut this and there's not just a separate oval, I kind of wish there was. We could just cut out an oval and set it behind. But if I die cut this thing, it's going to have all these holes in again. So we literally have to fussy cut it. So I'll show you what I mean. So we're just going to grab some green glue, and you don't need too much on here because you definitely don't want this splurting out. And it does dry clear, but just if you put less on, you won't have the mess to deal with. So just put this on the front like that. And we'll have to hold it a little bit. The glue takes a little bit longer to dry to next to the shiny paper. And then I'm going to grab my paper snips and I'm just going to trim around the edge that is already there. All right, now the next thing we are going to do is adhere this onto that. So let me see where it hits the back of this. All right, now we know where to put our glue, just on this part and on the top part, like that. And that should fit perfectly. And we'll flip it over to make sure we have it. And again, it takes a little bit of holding down because it is that metallic-like paper. Isn't that pretty already? All right, now I'm going to do my stamping before I put this on here, but I do want to get the placement of it, so I'm just going to set it here, and I'm going to put it right about there, just so there's enough room on the bottom so that I can stamp. And of course, we have to do some gold embossing, so I'm going to take my Versamark ink and my Joy and Peace stamp. We will ink this up. Then we will grab our paper to put underneath it and just sprinkle that embossing powder on. And then I'm just going to run over by my heat tool and emboss this quick, and I'll be right back. All right, now we are going to assemble the ornament on here. And what I did was I took some of our gold trim. This is, let's see how big this is. About, you can guess, you don't have to be exact on this. It all depends on where you're going to put your ornament. It's probably about 6.5 inches. And then just kind of fold it on half. And I know you know how to do this. We're going to kind of string it through here. So we'll put the loop through. And then, whoops, and then just feed these two ends through the loop, and we'll make that little, you know, that's how you do that. All right, now we're going to add this to the front. Oh boy, I made that really long. You wouldn't have to make it that big. We're going to put dimensionals behind here. I think I'll do a small one up on top as well. This is where your take your pick tool comes in handy to pick those up. And I hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving, by the way. This is your last video before Thanksgiving, and then you can really go to town on all your Christmas projects. I try to get mine done before the holiday because my goal is always just to sit and watch the Macy's parade and do my Christmas cards, address them, but it never works out that way. It sounds good in theory, but realistically, I'm in the kitchen making food. All right, we are almost done. You know what? I wish I would have put that a little bit lower because there's barely a hook up here, but let me try and do that. Usually if you pull off your dimensionals right away, they will come off with ease, but the longer they sit, the more they're going to adhere and rip the paper a little bit. So let's go down just a little bit more so we have a little bit of the string hanging over the edge. All right, now let's pull this tight up there and then just flip it to the back, and I'm actually going to take just regular Scotch tape. It doesn't need to be two-way tape because we are going to put dimensionals on this and we don't want this part to stick. All right, now we are going to put those dimensionals on the back. I'm not quite done with the front yet, but let me just quick get this whipped up. And I always like to put one in the middle here so we don't have saggy cards. My Thanksgiving nails will come off tomorrow. My timing wasn't good. I'm gonna have to do Christmas nails before Thanksgiving, and I'm one of those who will not do anything Christmas before Thanksgiving, so I'm gonna have to wear gloves on Thanksgiving. All right, now let's just center this, and we still have a little bit more. This needs a little bow on top, so I'm gonna I tied that same trim, and let me grab my glue dots here, and we'll put this at the top. And I'm even gonna add one more little bling to this. I'll show you in a second here. And this will go right here. And then, if you remember, we have brushed metallic adhesive dots, and I have bits and pieces of these. This is kind of what they look like, but these are still current. So if you take the smaller dot right here, and we are going to add these. Whoops. If you can get them on your, take your pick tool. And we're going to go in the center of these little foursomes here. Let me see if I can use the glue end. For some reason, they are not coming off this slippery thing very well. Oh, I know, this is a brand new one. I forgot to put the rubber down. There's another tutorial for you here. Let me show you. I just got this because I misplaced the other one. I'm so tired of looking for it. So what it is it's a little piece of rubber in here, but because I haven't twisted it yet, you can't see it. And you'll see this green rubberish thing come out. And that's what's gonna make your little glued, or your dots or whatever, or pearls or rhinestones, and they'll stick to this, and then you can easily place them on your card like that. See how much easier it comes off when you have the rubber coming out the end? Minor details here. There you go. Don't you like that color combination? It's Mossy Meadow and then our Distressed Gold that's in the annual catalog. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And also, I put my host code up here. If you do place an order, and don't forget, many of our items are on sale now from that holiday catalog, please use the host code along with your order. And if your order is over $50, I will send you a Stampin' Up! Product treat along with your thank you card as my way of saying thank you so much for your business. All right, have a wonderful week, and we will see you next Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Arizona time for another YouTube Live. Take care, everyone. God bless. Bye-bye.